Yo, what's good, bros? So, made it to the track already. We're on a mission today. We're getting out fast. All right, feeling good. Definitely, probably gonna drop some wisdom on you guys. You know, we didn't really get the synapses firing enough on Monday, talking enough. I think there's truly a lot of benefit in that, but I did not. It's been a while since I have not had to articulate myself in a clear and concise manner, with good language, good vocabulary, thinking sharply, quick on my feet, witty, clever, charismatic. And you know, I think that serves a lot of benefit. But again, I had to see for myself how that would affect me not doing that. And I don't think it's an option anymore. I don't have a choice. I have to do it. I have to force myself to speak. I have to force myself to articulate the best that I can early in the morning. Get the synapses up and running. Get the neural pathways connected. And that's just going to set me up for success. Like I said, I think I'm gonna, on my other platforms and YouTube Shorts, probably upload some more informational content, because that seems to be received a little better, which makes sense because I'm providing value, right? People can take it and apply it to their own life, or they can reach out and be like, hey, how do you apply this? And then I can offer them my services, and then boom, we're on the pathway to reaching your goals, which is, at the end of the day, everyone only cares about themselves and what they can do to benefit themselves, which is why the informational content goes so crazy, you know, especially when they hear something novel and new that they haven't heard before. It piques their interest, which I think I'm pretty good at doing, since I have so much experience with the trial and error of what actually makes the human body respond, right? So yeah, man, we're taking off like a jet engine. We're taking off like a Boeing 747. We're doing all that, and we're way ahead of schedule. Gonna get these sprints in, and then I'm probably gonna circle the track a little more, talk to you guys about what's on my mind. And yeah, I'm excited for it. Snapping these synapses. Let's get to work. Get you guys a couple reps. Let's get the energy up. Let's get the energy flowing. Also, I got a haircut yesterday. What do you think? Did I get nerfed or did I get buffed, huh? What do you think? All right. Oh, fuck. Almost dropped it. I'm back. A little cool down walk around the track. Doing my thing. Doing my thug dizzle. But yeah, I mean, it's actually just night and day when I activate my vocal cords and have to neurologically connect my speech pattern and my brain together. It's, again, it is a cascading effect throughout everything. like my physical just gets so much better. It's crazy. Like, dude, Monday was kind of a struggle for me sprinting wise. Did the same amount of reps today, much easier, much higher intent, with a more difficult constraint placed upon me with, dude, like, I think I've cracked the code, man. I think people are just taking in too much oxygen, and they're constantly in an aerobic state of living, which in turn is triggering more anxiety, more fight or flight. Their nervous system is constantly in a state of panic, which is why everyone's always freaking the fuck out and no one can ever calm down. And it's a pandemic. It's horrible. Like, everywhere I look, I see it. Every single normal person is on like anxiety medication. It's fucking horrible. You shouldn't have to be taking anxiety medication for any reason, unless it's like completely severe. And honestly, you shouldn't be put on that shit unless you've tried every single thing in your power to fix it. But you know, I know people aren't gonna come out here and sprint to start their day to upregulate their nervous system to a point where it can downregulate during the day. That's the issue. No one's stimulating their nervous system, so every single little thing is just triggering the fuck out of them horribly, fucking horribly. If you never push your baseline threshold above a certain point, everything is going to trigger your fight or flight. Like, a simple confrontation about the smallest little thing is going to cause you to shake and panic, because you've never put yourself in a situation that actually feels like life or death. Like, my body just feels like we escaped death, because it doesn't know that I'm just on a track. If you go back to our ancestors, caveman times, Neanderthals, if you were sprinting, it was more than likely you had to get away from something. So that's what my body thinks we just did. It thinks that we just got away from a predator, or that I hunted down some prey. Either way, my body is going to upregulate the hormones of a winner, because ultimately the goal of the human experience consciously is to survive by any means possible. But in this modern world, we don't have the same, depending on where you are, but most of the general population does not have to worry about survival on a daily basis. And that's why we have such a fucking mental health crisis on the rise right now, because no one has the fear of survival in their fucking heart. So every single problem is blown way out of proportion in their life, when simply it could be boiled down to, at the end of the day, did I survive or not? And that's success, right? But most people aren't pushing themselves to that limit, so they're always gonna constantly feel unfulfilled, feel negative, feel anxious, feel depressed, all that shit, because they don't want to come out here and push themselves. Actively put yourself through some suffering in order to regulate your nervous system. Everything stems from the nervous system. Your spirit and your nervous system are basically one entity. And like I said, they both coincide, they both affect each other. Everything's intertwined. How many times do I have to tell you, right? So if you have a problem with anxiety or depression more likely than not, you're simply just not pushing your nervous system at all to the point where you feel like you're gonna die, because then your body doesn't even have enough juice in the nervous system the rest of the day to even make you anxious. Like everything, especially if you start your day like this, like your body, everything else in comparison, the rest of your day is going to not stimulate your nervous system to the effect that this just had on you. This is why everyone that I come in contact with, I always recommend them start sprinting. And it's so ingrained in us to be intrigued and interested by sprinting. Like, that's honestly the most people that have reached out to me, it's been about how to start sprinting, how to start implementing it, right? Because honestly, at the end of the day, I think that if you really don't want to lift weights, you could get away with just sprinting and never touching a barbell and be healthy, because the anaerobic stimulus is just so great. It's just so great. And I'm gonna make a video on the anaerobic state of the human nervous system later, because honestly, like, looking at it now, I think it might be the ultimate unlock. I think it's the missing piece that's hidden in plain sight, is being able to manipulate your nervous system through your breathing. Yeah, just you only have a certain amount of breaths that you can take over the course of your lifetime. And, you know, people are using them up way too quick. You need to be saving those breaths, man. Each breath is precious. You only get so many till your lungs or your heart or any other part in the system gives out. Wear and tear. So yeah, I'll make a video about breathing less and ultimately how it's going to give you more energy in the long run, more longevity, higher quality of life, more muscle mass, lower body fat, just every single thing, every single biomarker that you could possibly track improves when you spend more time in an anaerobic state, consuming less oxygen. And yeah, so that'll be a good video, provide you guys with some more value. But yeah, just gonna keep yapping at you guys forever. I can't go away from it. I need to continue to sync up my thoughts and my mouthpiece in order to be the highest version of myself that I can be, and adapt the social, vocal, language, vocabulary piece of life is so undertrained. And just doing this, me and you, it helps a ton. Everything, obviously mind, but like I said, you know, you get the synapses firing, and then it's a downstream effect all the way down to my heels, my feet, and then boom, I'm sprinting faster, I'm turning over faster, my endurance is better, everything's better, right? So it can't stop. I don't have a choice. I won't let myself go without talking to you guys in the morning ever again, because I need the neuroplasticity. I need to be creating new pathways. I need to be thinking new thoughts. I need to force and challenge myself to speak articulately, smoothly, suave. Yeah, suave. Right, see, like, even there, I messed up my wording. But yeah, feeling good, feeling great. It's all it takes, man. These little bouts of effort and non-negotiables. You can't let yourself forego things that are going to ultimately push you to be the best version of yourself. All right, I'll see you when I start lifting. Gonna hit legs, body composition day. Hitting legs, man. It's the ultimate hack if you wanna have a really good body composition. And that's why I up the frequency to 2 times a week, plus sprints. Boom, we're hammering these things. We're working hard. We're working really hard. We're whipping our horses. We're staying in shape. You can't beat me. You can't beat me. I'm a one-man army. Alrighty, so here's my pre-lift meal. Just some brown sugar, a couple tablespoons, some honey, and obviously some sourdough. I got a crazy master pump off that because the bread was like super dense for whatever reason. I was using a different brand. We had to get a different brand because they ran out of the normal one at the store, so it was definitely chewy. But anyways, you know, like I kind of touched on earlier in the video, I need to continue to articulate and speak and connect my thoughts, my brain, my mind temple to my vocal piece in order to continue to bolster and build my social skills, my communicative skills. Horrible, but that's why we're doing it. We can stutter, we can mess up. One take, not going back and editing it. Wow, this is not good. Off to a bad start, but as I continue to pick it up, everything will start to connect more. Less transitions, less pauses, less fillers. It's also 6 in the morning and I just woke up, so this is my synapse training for today. Kind of trying to wake everything up, especially on today's a rest day for me. I need my brain to be functioning properly because really that's the only thing I can train without incurring any extra fatigue that's going to hinder my progress in the future. But today I definitely have some burning thoughts on my mind, and I feel like now that I look back, I think my rest days I tend to have more fiery, passionate opinions about things comparatively to my training days. When I'm training, I kind of just go ape mode, blank slate, and I'm just attacking. I'm violence, I'm vigor, I'm vitality, you know. So that kind of promotes a sense of non-thinking in a way, because if you think about flow state, you're not consciously actively thinking about all of these things and what they necessarily do for you at that specific moment. And you know, today I just woke up and I had that fire in my heart, man, and I took a look at specific areas of my life, and they're not where I want to be, but I also have to know that this is only growing me for the responsibilities that I have ahead that I cannot see down the line yet. And that's true with every single aspect of my life up to this point. I've always been given and dealt a really tough deck of cards before I eventually was moved up to taking on a line of higher responsibility in the future, which I'm looking forward to. Now, when that comes, I'm not sure, but that's why people need to focus on actually going to those difficult places where they don't feel like they're satisfied or fulfilled in certain areas, and understand that in a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, you'll look back and say, oh, this experience shaped me. That's why I say I've realized that people don't actually want easier lives. They want to be stronger from the experiences that they have. And let me explain. Have you ever gone through something difficult and you survived, and you look back and you say, wow, this was really a rewarding experience. This shaped me, this changed me, this made me into who I am today. And that only happens when times are bad. That never happens when things are going well. You don't learn from when everything's peachy keen. You only learn when the chips are stacked up against you. You're caught in between a rock and a hard place. And yeah, that's the only way to learn. So I'm just gonna lean deeper into the areas that make me unhappy right now, and know that it's a trampoline effect. So or like a bow and arrow effect, if you want to think about it that way. You pull back the arrow, you got to go deeper into the negative, sometimes deeper into the pit, in order to shoot yourself outwards into a positive direction. Or if you're on the trampoline, you got to stretch the elastic down in order to spring back up. So life is a lot like that, and I'm truly grateful for that. I think I'm just gonna start making it a habit to do all my outros on my rest days. Getting outside, getting some fresh air early in the morning, hearing the birds chirp, all good things. But yeah, again, you're gonna be hearing a lot more of my voice, and life is all about experimenting and figure out what works for you and what works for me. Building that charisma, that confidence, that communication, that social ability, that vocabulary, using the descriptive words that I want to use. It all comes from doing this. It all comes from being consistent. If you're not using something, your body is not going to keep it around. So I want to get better at talking. I want to get more fluent. I want to get more extraordinary at it. I got to keep doing it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Love.